Right now, Bitcoin is about to make a move, like in the next hour. Now, is it going to be move up or move down? Well, stay with us, and we're going to talk about that. And also, if you like the channel, make sure you subscribe and watch this video right to the end. Michael, let's talk about Bitcoin because it needs to do something.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it is about to make a move. We can see we're at the end of the symmetric triangle, and looks like it might go down, but it's holding. We don't know, right? Even though, well, right now it logically it's at the support, so it's testing the support. So if it falls, I think we're going to go to 43,000 as a support, and I won't sell anything right now because the reason I won't sell is that Friday the S&P 500 closed on a positive on a long green candle. So I'm bullish, even though the volatility of Bitcoin is quite volatile. You just need to get used to that. And we're not day traders, so there's no point exiting a trade and going back. And sometimes you can screw that up, and then you lose money because you buy, sell. So it's always better, in my opinion, unless you're an expert day trader, to just buy and hold and just have the stomach for the volatility of Bitcoin. I would say like that. So I'm not doing anything at all, actually. I'm just going to hold it. And sometimes you have these fake outs where it just goes down and wham, it goes up like this. So, I've seen that many times, and you have to be careful that you're not exiting your trade, because if you exit your trade, you always got to ask the question, how do I know when to buy again? Right? So otherwise, you're not going to be in the biggest profit. Now, of course, if you want to play it safe, the safe thing to do is to sell. Yes, of course. And if you're a more high risk person like me, then you don't sell. And that's kind of how we look at it. Like, I think my risk ratio is higher than the average person. And because I am willing to hold if I'm wrong. And I think that's the other point. Like, when you have a thesis for your prediction of the trend, like is going up or down in the long term, I do think that Bitcoin is in a long-term trend, right? And if you look at things like EMA ribbon on the time frames, like longer time frames, let's say, like now we're only looking 1 hour, but if you go 4 hours, we're definitely in the uptrend, right? It's way above the thing. Even if it goes to 43, it's still in the uptrend. You get what I'm saying? For it to be considered a downtrend, it would have to go below 42,555. Then it would now go be like a bearish, right? So in my opinion, the biggest mistake I made as a trader was sell too early, right? Like, you just got to use the ribbon to understand that you're not going to sell just because you go back down here. It's just not a smart move. Okay, if you're way in profit and it goes below the ribbon and you want to exit, fine. Or you're happy with your profit, you made enough money, you can exit. Okay, fine. But I would not exit right now for sure. It's not worth my time. It's like a few $1,000 profit. It's not going to excite me, right? So I want to make the $100,000 profit. So I think like that, right? So if I can make that, I'll be a little bit happier.
No doubt. It's amazing, the psychology of money and how it affects us. And especially if the price was down for a while, and what happens is people start to have this feeling of being stuck, where they're stuck in a trade. And then as it starts to come out, they think like, I can get out of this. And really what they're trying to get out of is that feeling, trying to get out of that emotion of feeling stuck. That's not always the best thing to do. And of course, this all comes into the psychology of how we think about money and our values.
Well, then we got to go in our philosophy, because we both believe in it, live in a beautiful state no matter what happens. I mean, I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I was okay. It's just, I don't want to. I'm not saying I didn't have a minute or 2 minute where it hurts, but I think that you don't need to stay there. Like, no matter, money should not control how you feel. Your mindset is got to be your decision that I will live in a beautiful state no matter what. It has to be bigger than money. Otherwise, money will, especially with Bitcoin, feeling good, feeling sad, feeling good, feeling sad. This is not a good way to live your life. You got to be happy and think long term. I always learn for myself that successful people are thinking long term, right? Not short term. So I think it's okay that, in the short term you lose, but you don't really lose because it's an unrealized loss. You only lose when you actually sell. I would think like that, so yeah.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. And there's people who wake up in the morning and the first thing they do, check their investments, and then that dictates their emotion. It's fine if you want to check your investments first thing in the morning, that's totally fine. That's not the point. The point is if that changes your state for the day,
Yeah.
now might give you a boost and make you happy for sure. But if it goes down and you start the day like, oh, that's not how you want to live.
No, for sure. And
Not at all.
yeah, don't risk. If you're feeling like that, you're probably risking too much, right? Like you can't live a fulfilled life. And I've done that where I was risking too much. And then like when it does go down, I was using 5x, 10x like leverage. And then it can really make you feel bad. So that's mean you're risking too much. So reduce your risk so you don't have to trade like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say like that. Don't over risk what you're comfortable. And always ask yourself, what's the worst case and can I handle it, right? Like that's the very important questions.
Can I? Yes. What's the worst case and can I handle it? Great question.
I mean, right? I told everybody the worst case is 200-week moving average, which is 20,000, and we're far from that. Like that's not the worst case right now. But if it changes in the long-term trend goes back down, then that worst case is back in. And then you hold, then I will just buy more, and I'm not going to I'll be very happy because I'm making money if it goes down, maybe not in the short term, but I'll be making money if it goes down. I make money if it goes up. And that's how I like to play this game, right? So I'm happy if it goes up, I'm happy if it goes down.
Because there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity in crypto and in trading for sure, if you do it smart and you have a good strategy. And that's what we try to bring you on this channel. The latest updates and what's going on and the best technical analysis online. So anyways, keep coming back. If you like the content, like we said, subscribe or leave us a comment. We always love to see people weighing in.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.